Welcome to Living Marvelously with me, Laurie Jonas. This is the show where we unleash the marvelous potential in every woman. Are you ready to dream big and leap into a life you love? Don't let the expectations of others choose for you. Step out of your comfort zone and learn how to create what your life looks like. I'll take you on an inspirational journey, helping you tap into the wellspring of your inner strength, get clear on your life purpose, and unleash the vision you came into the world to share. On Living Marvelously, you will learn about personal development, self-care, and spirituality. And together, we will connect with others, sharing their unique energies, and learn to create a world that allows everyone to shine. Living Marvelously starts now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Laurie Jonas, and you are listening to Living Marvelously with Laurie Jonas on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with me for the next 30 minutes as we're going to discuss journaling. You know, you're either a big fan or you hate it. So we're going to go through the why, the when, the what, the how, and hopefully I'll turn you into a fan by the end of this show. But be sure to join me every second and fourth Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, where we have great discussions on how to create your fun, adventurous, empowering, loving, and beautiful life. All right, so let's get going with journaling. I have a lot to share today, so I don't want to get cut off and not share everything I want to share. So we're just going to get right into it. So like I said, you're either a fan or you don't like it. And sometimes it's rarely kind of in between, but maybe you don't like it because you don't like your handwriting, or you feel like it takes too much time in your day, or probably the biggest reason I hear is because you don't know what to write. But I can definitely help you with that one. But before we get to the what, let's start with the why and tell you why I am such a big fan of using a journal. So here's what journaling can do for you. Actually, when I write things and I write out journaling, they say that's not a word, but we're using it as a word. Journaling is a word from now on. All right. The first thing is to find clarity. This is the number one reason why people should journal. You take the thoughts that are swirling around in your head and you put them on paper. You allow those thoughts to magically travel out of your mind and open up space. Because those negative thoughts, they really take up too much space in your head, and they tend to just go around and around and around. Let's shoo them away and let some more positivity come in. So when your thoughts are written down, you take them out of your head, they become separate, and then they can be looked at maybe a little bit differently. Because simply put, clarity is the ability to see things clearly and understand them for what they are. When you have clarity, you have a clear sense of purpose and direction. You know what you want. You know how to get there. Clarity gives you the power to make decisions confidently and take action toward your goals. How do you achieve clarity? It starts with taking time to really reflect on what makes you happy and what's a priority in your life. And it really, for me, starts with journaling. If you can actually write down what makes me happy, these are my values, these are my goals, then when things come up in your day, you can be like, oh, do I want to be thinking this way? Is that going to help me reach that goal I wrote down yesterday? Or, oh, I have this decision to make. Should I take this promotion, or should I go on this vacation, or should I, whatever it is, go out with my friends? Go back to what you've written down, where you found clarity in what your goals are, and be like, okay, this will help me get to where I want to be. So that's number one, find clarity. Goal setting, writing out your goals lets you be clear and detailed about what they are. It makes your goals real and official. So maybe even you plaster your goals all over your house or on your computer or in your bathroom mirror. And then listen for guidance from the universe and let your words flow. And so you write down, my goal is to find a job that suits my purpose. And then just start writing. Like, listen, just tune in, drop from your head into your heart, just tune in and start writing and see what comes up. What's harboring inside of you that just needs to let loose that will help you reach your goals. The next one is it records your progress and your success. So when you're writing down those goals and you're writing down those baby steps, maybe you go back and you cross things off. My sister loves to make lists, and sometimes puts things on her list that she's already done just so she can cross it off. But writing things down and crossing them off, you feel good. You feel like you've accomplished something. And that can be a journal. That could be journaling, is just making lists for what you want to accomplish today. But also it's bigger than that too. If you're writing down goals, you can see yourself, okay, I've done this, I've done this. And then you see, oh my gosh, I'm getting closer to my goal. Or maybe you've made it to your goal and all of a sudden you're like, I made it to my goal. How did I do that? Now I have another goal I want to set. I'm going to go back and see how I made that one. Journaling. All right, record your story. When you write down your story, you are recording history. And we can use our stories to inspire others. Especially as women, our stories need to be heard and seen. So record events for your kids to read about later and pass down to their kids. Be sure to leave your mark on this world. Even if it's something that's traumatic or you're going through something very difficult in your life, write it out. And then continue writing as you explore how you're going to get to the other side of that trauma. And then once you're on the other side, you have this story to tell. You have something to go back to somebody else who may be in the beginning of your story. Now that you're at the end, and you can say, I've been there. Here's what I did to get to the other side. And really, journaling is a way to let everything out, right? Instead of beating yourself up or letting negative feelings fester, just write it all down. You'll be surprised at how quickly those feelings kind of go away. Writing takes off that edge of toxic feelings and emotions. And then you can use those pages to remind you, I've already dealt with that, right? I'm going to go back. Okay, I was feeling that way before, but I'm not feeling that way anymore. Set an intention for your day. Write it in your journal. If you can find the time to write in your journal every day, maybe you can do this at night as well, but set an intention. It can really guide your days and make every day have purpose and meaning. It can help you make decisions. It can really help you. Like if I decide, you know what, I think I'm just going to be happy today. That's my intention for today. And then I get a couple hours in and something triggers me. I see somebody, I see something on TV, and I start going down this dark hole of negativeness. And all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I set an intention this morning that I was going to be happy. I am not going down that hole. I'm tuning that out and I'm going to be happy. Doesn't always work that easily, but it can. It really can. It's just a matter of changing your thoughts. And then the number one reason I use journaling is to really discover more about myself. Because when you write down, you write down what you're grateful for, you write down your affirmation, you write down who you want to be, you discover what really makes you happy. So pay attention to what comes up for you when you journal. Sometimes your imagination can go crazy, and then all of a sudden it's not your imagination anymore, it's reality. So I was looking back at some journal prompts that I have on my website, and a couple of them came up, and I just wanted to throw these out to you to give you some examples. So to discover more about yourself, here's a journal prompt for you. What would your day look like if you were living the life of your dreams? Where would you wake up? What time would you wake up? What would your morning routine look like? Would you exercise? What would you eat? Who would you be with? What would you be doing for your work or your purpose? How would you spend your evening? What time would you go to sleep? And if you start writing that down, instead of just thinking about it, because you can think about it, but then you're probably going to forget about it. So it's better to write it down. So if you're writing that down and you're seeing, oh my gosh, yeah, I really would like to do that. Or, oh, that would be so great if I could live there. Then you can go back to that and be like, okay, how can I live some of that right now? How can I be living that dream life right now? And then again, that dream becomes reality because you're actually living the part. Here's another really quick one. If nothing could stand in your way, what would you be doing right now? If you knew you were brave, you were talented, and you are capable, what would your life look like? Again, I have tons of different prompts on my website, and those are just two of them. And I want you to explore more of those. But, before we move on to the when, so that's the why. I mean, there's many, many more reasons. I think the number one definitely is clarity, just finding some clarity, getting some of that negativity, that feeling lost or that confusion out of your mind, and become clear of how you want your life to look. But journaling, right? Make it fun, make it beautiful. Go find some notebooks, go find some journals that are something that you really love. Like this is just a plain 8.5 by 11 journal, but it's pretty and I like the feel of it. I like the paper. I like how the pen moves on that paper. And I found some pens that I really love of different colors. And so I use different colors. And that makes journaling fun too. So go out and find something that's going to call you to your journal. And so you do take the time to journal. So the next piece is not the why, because now we know why. We're just going to try it. Okay. We're just going to try journaling and see what happens. But then when? Because we don't always have time to journal. So, we have a lot of activities in our days. And to carve out 10 minutes to journal when you don't really understand what it's going to do for you can be difficult. So let's go through some different times of the day to see what would make most sense for you. So let's see. I am going to start with the morning. So I journal in the morning. I take some time. I do have a little routine in the morning, and it always ends with me journaling. And I actually really like to do automatic writing. So I do a little channeling with my writing. And that makes sense for me. I'm a morning person. My afternoons, my evenings I get tired and my brain doesn't function in the evenings. So if early mornings are when you feel most productive, block out time for journaling in the first thing. So it has three big benefits. You'll start your day off with a clear mind by putting it all on paper, and then you can set your intention. So you won't feel accomplished and motivated to tackle anything so you will feel, accomplished and motivated to tackle anything that comes your way. If you journal in the morning, you won't spend the day stressing out about when you're going to fit it in because it's already done. And you may have already released some pent up emotions or thoughts about it, and you've just let it go. Oh, I already did that. I'm good. And I've created this new positive energy from doing it to go through the day. Doing journaling in the morning can help you structure your day and really establish your routine. So make this time when you write, like my sister does, her to-do lists. Focus on what needs to be done to achieve your goals and priorities. Don't just go through your day thinking that life is going to just, don't go through your day not knowing what you're doing. Have some kind of a plan, have some kind of a goal. Life is happening for you. So you have to have a direction of where you're going. But let's say you're not an early riser. So that's hard. You're like, no way, I'm not doing journaling in the morning. So let's maybe try something else. There is evidence, however, to suggest that waking up early can have a range of benefits for both physical and mental health. So if you are not an early riser, things like better sleep quality, improved productivity, healthier diet and exercise habits, those all come with, that's research says those things come from waking up early. So combining that with journaling, who knows what great things you'll accomplish. Another reason for journaling in the morning is because you can easily tap into this pure positive energy that you are in while you're sleeping. It's really a great time to access your higher spirit. I have a post on my website called Morning Writing Prompts to Inspire a Great Day. But if mornings are an absolutely hard pass, which I know some people that is true for, tackling journaling in the early afternoon maybe could work. So, there's morning, there's midday, there's evening, and there's lots of time in between, depending on what your schedule looks like. But you just have to schedule the time. And we all know how easy it is to procrastinate, right? So let's say you schedule time for writing your journal between 1 to 4 p.m. every day. Make sure you get the other busy tasks out of the way in the morning. And then let's work on journaling. So we need to go on a break here. But when we come back, let's continue with the when. We're just quickly going to go over the midday routine, and we're going to go over an evening routine. And then we're going to get into what you're going to journal. And then we're going to get into how to journal. So we will be right back. All right, welcome back. I just want to point out before we get started here that I have so many journal prompts on my website. So if you went to livingmarvelously.com and on the top of the page, there's a search bar, just type in journal prompts, and I don't know, there's probably 20 posts I have that have journal prompts in it for different areas of your life: self-care, success, creating goals, reflection, and many other things. So if you want to give this journaling a try, I have lots of prompts there for you. All right, we were talking about when you're going to journal, because you're going to start journaling, but you just need a time when. So we talked about the morning, which is, for me, I'm partial to it, and I think it's the best time to journal, but not everybody's body clocks work that way. So if you're going to try it in the midday, which can work for some people, maybe they have some downtime between like 3 and 5 in their day. You just have to make sure that you get everything that you need to get done before you sit down to journal. You don't want to let other tasks distract you or, linger on. And then you're like, oh, well, I didn't have time to journal today. I'll do it tomorrow. And then you get distracted again tomorrow. So you really have to make it a hard habit. And sometimes you could use lunchtime to shift your focus. So maybe you actually take a break for lunch. How many people work all day and actually don't take that break for lunch? Make it a habit stacking thing. Okay, I'm gonna have lunch now, and while I have lunch, I'm gonna do some journaling. And then if that doesn't work for you, depending on your job or depending on how your day goes, and nighttime is your go time, there are some things you can do there. So personally, like I said, I can't focus anything past 8 p.m. So, but and I know people who have so much energy at night that this may be the time that you want to journal. But maybe you schedule that journaling when you're kind of transitioning from your busyness and all of that energy into when you want to kind of settle down and calm your mind a little bit. Maybe this will make, give your mind a transition from work to, okay, it's time for rest now. So but the other thing is also, if you wake up at night bursting with energy and focus, maybe that's when you journal. I know there are a lot of women have trouble sleeping at night, and maybe they wake up in the middle of the night and they're like, oh, I can't fall back to sleep. So they grab their phone or they grab something to, distract them and try to get to sleep again. Maybe journaling would help. Maybe you take out a journal and you just start writing, and it can ease your mind and put you back to sleep. But here's 3 ways you can journal effectively at night. So maybe it's just practicing gratitude. That's the easiest way to journal. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But just write down, remember 3 things that you appreciated about your day. Or write down some bedtime affirmations to prepare yourself for a good night's sleep. I have a blog post around this too. So if you're looking at journal prompts, look up affirmations too. I've got those too. But bedtime affirmations could be things like, I am proud of what I accomplished today. I did everything I could today to create and to pursue my happy life. I feel fulfilled. I am complete for today. I love my life, and I am ready to rest and Rest my body so it's prepared for tomorrow. Things like that. Just write those things down and it will probably put you to sleep. Prepare your mind to go to sleep by writing down. Maybe you're writing down tomorrow's schedule. Maybe a lot of people, when they go to sleep, they have all this stuff going on in their head. Like, I have to do this tomorrow, this tomorrow, this tomorrow. And they can't fall asleep because they are so worried about making sure they get all that done. Write it down. Write it down. That's a form of journaling. Write down what you're supposed to do tomorrow. Get it out of your head, clarity, onto paper, and worry about it in the morning. All right, we're moving on to what. And oh boy, I could do a whole show on what to journal. So because I don't have that kind of time, I'm just going to go through a few. And like I said, if you go to my website, livingmarvelously.com, and put in journal prompts or put in journal, there's so much there for you to help you with this. All right, gratitude. We already talked about that a little bit, but this can be really easy at first. You just list what you're grateful for. Maybe it's family, friends, home, air, water, food, all life essentials. They'll be the first thing on your list, right? So what am I grateful for today? I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that I'm breathing. I'm grateful that I have a house to live in. I have a bed to sleep on. I have a job to go to. I have a car to drive. I mean, it can go on and on and on and on. And then maybe think of some of those things you're grateful for. Like, you know what? I have beautiful children. I have a a boss who allows me to live my life. I have a business that's thriving. I have, grateful for all of the things in your life. And sometimes, you want to go a little deeper and get creative, but sometimes it's just a matter of writing down those things that are pretty, everybody has them, but still you're grateful, right? You're grateful that you're breathing. You're grateful that you're alive. You're grateful that you can still pursue those dreams that you want in your life. So gratitude is the first way, and probably the easiest way to start your journaling practice. The next one is to put your dreams on paper. Mary Morrissey wrote an article in the Huffington Post about the power of writing down your goals and dreams. And in it, she says, this is significant because if you just think about one of your goals or dreams, you're only using the right hemisphere of your brain, which is your imaginative center. But if you think about something you desire, then write it down, you tap into the power of your logic-based left hemisphere, and you send your consciousness and every cell of your body a signal that says, I want this, and I mean it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So you can't just think, you got to write it down. You got to use both sides of your brain to signal to your whole body that this is what you want. So putting your dreams on paper. And I have a freebie on my website called Download Your Dream Life, which has a lot of talk about writing down your dreams with a lot of automatic writing prompts on there. If you go to the homepage of my website, it's right there. All right, work out your frustrations. Do you stay up at night worrying? Because writing down, we talked about this, write down those worries. The next one is bad things can happen, right? When you journal about those bad things, write down what happened objectively, what did you make it mean? How would I comfort a friend I loved if this happened to them? How is this the best thing that has ever happened to me? You could really change your perspective on some bad things that may have happened in your life. Write what you want to say to someone. If communication is not easy to you, write what you want to tell someone in your journal. Write it all out first. Think about what you're going to say. Take out all that negative stuff that you may have said to somebody and help you formulate some thoughts and ideas and find a calmer approach to talking to someone. Record prayers, affirmations. Again, I have tons of affirmations on my website. Just write them down. Writing down, you change your mind. You actually change the neural paths of your brain. Lists, we talked about lists, record list, do a daily recap every night, do morning pages. If you've ever read The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, she encouraged you to just write 3 pages. You don't even have to, just keep writing. You don't even know what you're going to be writing, but you just keep writing. It could be anything, but write morning pages and keep those memories recorded. And we talked about that too. tell the story of your life. I'm running out of time, and I knew this was going to happen, but we've got to get into the how. There are lots of ways to journal. It's whatever feels right to you. And freestyle is my favorite. I love to have a blank page and just start writing. I usually ask the universe for a little inspiration, and then I just let the words flow. When I write my posts, I have an idea in mind, and then I just start writing. It just becomes my first draft. And if you want some more prompts on how to do that, go to that Download Your Dream Life freebie on my homepage. But if that doesn't sound possible for you, you're not quite there yet, use a prompt. Go find a lot of journal prompts. Keep lists of, start by writing affirmations or mantras. Keep lists of anything you can think of. And once your pen moves, let your mind just go wherever it takes you. See what you can discover. And then the third way that I like to share with people is visual journaling. Really unleash your creativity and communicate through images, through drawings, through collages, through photos, etc. There's really no limit because it's mostly always just for you. Nobody else has to see this. So just be free and let it go. And just write and see what happens and see what ideas come up and use that journaling to really get you to that dream life that you want to be living. All right. I want to thank you very much for tuning into Living Marvelously. I hope I have inspired you to start writing in a journal. Reach out to me if you need some help or you need some more ideas. That's a topic I love to talk about and be more than willing to talk to you about it. So please join me every second and fourth Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Next time on Living Marvelously, I want to talk about embracing your spirituality and what that actually means. So I will see you then. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Living Marvelously with me, your host, Laurie Jonas. Tune in next time to unleash the marvelous potential in every woman, every second and fourth Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com as I help you choose a life that you are passionate about. Learn to embrace your unique self, dream big, and leap into what you choose to have your marvelous life look like. Together we create a world that allows everyone to shine. For more information, visit livingmarvelously.com. That's livingmarvelously.com. See you next time on Living Marvelously.